Hello everyone, welcome to Biochemistry Tutor. Today we will discuss the classification of amino acid. Now, how can you classify amino acid? The first one is based on the R group or the variable group. We can classify it on the basis of two categories. First one based on the structure and composition. Second one based on its polarity. Now, the second one is based on the nutritional classification, nutritional requirement. The third one based on its metabolic fate. So we can study one by one. First we can discuss based on the structure and composition or classification. Here the first one is amino acids with aliphatic side chain. Okay, what are the amino acids included under this category? They are glycine, alanine, valine, leucine, isoleucine. These three amino acids have branched chain in their R group. Second one, amino acids having hydroxyl groups. What are those? They are serine, threonine, tyrosine. Third category is amino acid containing sulfur in it. There are two amino acids which is methionine and cysteine. Cysteine can form dimer, meaning two cysteine molecules are oxidized to form a dimer known as cysteine. Here, dimer is formed by forming a covalent bond known as a disulfide bond. We can see how cysteine is forming this dimer. Okay. Okay. Dimer means they involve two molecules, right? So first we can draw the first cysteine molecule. How we can draw? First draw carbon, then amino group, carboxyl group, hydrogen, then the R group. Here the special group involved is sulfhydride. Plus here oxidization takes place and this hydrogen is removed to release the hydrogen molecule. Then we will get our desired cysteine dimer. CH2, this sulfur, and here this sulfur. So we get the disulfide bond, right? This is the cysteine dimer. It can be formed either between different parts of the polypeptide chain or between the polypeptide chain. The fourth one is acidic amino acid and their amides. What are those? Aspartate or aspartic acid, asparagine, glutamine, glutamic acid or glutamate. Fifth one, these acidic amino acids are also termed as negatively charged amino acid. Fifth one is basic amino acid or positively charged amino acid. What are those? Lysine, Arginine, Histidine. Sixth one is aromatic amino acid. What are those? Phenylalanine, Tyrosine and Tryptophan. Seventh one is amino acid, which has an imino group in its compound. in its R chain. It is proline. This is the structural classification of amino acid based on its R group. Next we will study based on polarity how can we classify amino acids. Now we can see how can we classify amino acid based on the polarity of R group. First one, nonpolar or hydrophobic aliphatic R group. Next one, amino acid containing nonpolar aromatic R group. Amino acid containing polar uncharged R group. Amino acid containing polar charged R group, which are further classified as positively charged R group and negatively charged R group. First is amino acid containing nonpolar aliphatic R group. What are those? Glycine, Alanine, Proline, Valine, Leucine, Isoleucine, Methionine. Glycine is the simplest amino acid among the 20 standard amino acids. It is optically inactive. Why? There are two similar groups which is attached to the carbon atom. All other amino acids are optically active, meaning they have chiral center, which means that the carbon atom is attached to 4 different groups. Proline, it has a cyclic side chain, which is termed as pyrrolidine ring. Pyrrolidine ring. Valine, Leucine, Isoleucine have branched chain in their R group. Methionine, it is a sulfur containing amino acid. It has a thioether group. Second one is amino acid containing nonpolar aromatic R group. What are those? Phenylalanine, Tyrosine, Tryptophan. Phenylalanine has a benzene ring. Tyrosine, it has a phenol, or we can say that there is a hydroxyl group present. Tryptophan, it has an indole group present. Indole. Due to the presence of this nitrogen and this hydroxyl group in tryptophan and tyrosine respectively, these two amino acids are more polar than this phenylalanine. Now, amino acid containing polar uncharged R group. What are those? Serine, Threonine, Cysteine, Asparagine and Glutamine. These amino acids can form hydrogen bond in water, or we can say that they are hydrophilic or water soluble due to the presence of the functional group present in the R group. Okay. Asparagine and glutamine have amides in their R group. This is the cysteine which form dimer cysteine, which we have already discussed. These amino acids are water soluble since their functional group can form hydrogen bond with water. Cysteine is a weak acid and can make hydrogen bond with oxygen and nitrogen. Cysteine is oxidized to a dimeric amino acid called cysteine by a disulfide bond. Asparagine and glutamine are the amides of aspartic acid and glutamic acid respectively. Now, amino acid containing polar charged R group, which is further classified as positively charged or basic R group, negatively charged or acidic R group. What are the amino acids included in this group? They are lysine, arginine, histidine. Here lysine has epsilon amino group. Why it is termed as epsilon amino group? We know that this is the alpha carbon, then this will be beta, this will be gamma, delta and epsilon. This amino group is attached to this epsilon carbon. So we can say that the R group here is epsilon amino. Next one is arginine. Arginine has a guanidino group. Now histidine. Histidine has a imidazole group. Okay. Now, amino acid containing negatively charged or negatively charged or acidic R group. There are two, aspartate and glutamate. which has a second carboxyl group. We know that this is the first carboxyl, then this will be the second carboxyl group. It is the alpha carbon, it is the beta carbon. Okay, this one is the beta carbon. Then we can say that the special group present in the R group is beta carboxyl. Now, this also has a second carboxyl group. We can say this is the alpha carbon, this one is the beta carbon, this is the gamma carbon. So, we can say that it has a gamma carboxyl group. So far we discussed how can we classify amino acids. So the first one was based on the R group, which has two criteria, polarity and the structure and composition of R group. Okay, now the second one is based on the nutritional requirement. How can we classify amino acid based on nutritional requirement? First one, essential or indispensable amino acid, non-essential or dispensable amino acid, conditionally essential or indispensable amino acid. First one is essential or indispensable amino acid. These are the amino acids which are not synthesized by our body and must be supplied through diet. What are those amino acids? They are Arginine, Valine, Histidine, Isoleucine, Leucine, Lysine, Methionine, Phenylalanine, Threonine and Tryptophan. Now, what is the semi-essential term? They are partly synthesized by humans. What does it actually mean? They are synthesized in adult but not in grown children. So in case of children, we must supply these two amino acids through the diet, Arginine and Histidine. The second one is non-essential or dispensable amino acid. These are synthesized in our body and they need not be consumed in the diet. There are mainly 10 non-essential amino acids. They are Glycine, Alanine, Serine, Cysteine, aspartate, glutamate, asparagine, glutamine, tyrosine and Proline. The third category is conditionally essential or indispensable amino acid. From the name it suggests it becomes essential under certain conditions like surgery, wound, thermal injury, sepsis and so on. But in case of healthy state, these non-essential amino acids are synthesized in the normal manner. When certain conditions like surgery or wound arise, they must be supplied through diet. What are these conditionally essential amino acids? They are Arginine, Cysteine, Glycine, Glutamine, Proline and Tyrosine. The third category is based on the metabolic fate. So this amino acid serve as a precursor for the synthesis of glycogen or glucose and fat. So from the metabolic point of view, we can classify amino acid into three main groups. What are those? Glycogenic, ketogenic, both glycogenic and ketogenic. First one is glycogenic. From the name it suggests, it serves as a precursor for the formation of glycogen or glucose. What are these amino acids? Alanine, aspartate, asparagine, glutamine, glutamate, glycine, histidine, methionine, proline, serine, threonine and valine. Now we come across ketogenic amino acid. They are for the synthesis of fat. These amino acids are degraded into acetyl coenzyme A or acetoacetyl coenzyme A, which are finally converted into fat. What are the amino acids included in this category? They are leucine and lysine. The third one is amino acid can serve as the precursor for synthesis of both glucose and fat. What are the amino acids included here? They are phenylalanine, tyrosine, tryptophan, isoleucine. That's it guys. I hope you understand the classification of amino acid. So if you have any doubt, you can ask me. Until then, thank you.